Hello, my name is Grace Holmes and I'm the Clay County Healthier Together educator. We are back this week with a workout written in the stars. This week, we will be stretching and pretending to be some of the coolest constellations in the night sky. If you don't have a yoga mat around, do today's workout on a carpet, a rug, or a blanket. The Big Dipper is not actually a constellation, it's an asterism, a type of star pattern. It's part of a bigger constellation called Ursa Major, which we'll pretend to be later. To pretend to be the Big Dipper, lift your arms straight over your head and bend at the waist, and stretch down to your toes in a big dip. The constellation of Cassiopeia is our next star pattern and is named after a mythical queen from ancient Greece. On the star maps, she is depicted sitting in a chair and combing her hair. Cassiopeia contains several interesting clusters of stars, the brightest of which you can see with binoculars. To pretend to be Cassiopeia, we are going to go to tree pose by placing our foot on the inside of our knee. Release your right foot and take it in front of you with a bent right knee. Bring your hands out in front of you and hold your hands up and down like the Cassiopeia constellation. You might have a little trouble keeping your balance like I did, but that's okay. Just try again. Our next star pattern is the constellation Crux, or Southern Cross, named for its place in the southern hemisphere. It was first described by the Italian navigator Andrea Corsali in 1515 and has been used as a means of navigation for sailors. Pretending to be the crux takes a lot of balance and you might fall down while you do this. Be careful and remember, if you fall down, just get back up and try again. From a standing position, step your right foot back while opening your hip out to the side. Tilt forward and place your left hand flat on the ground in front of your left foot while simultaneously lifting your right foot. Open your hips and extend your right arm up to the sky. Align your shoulders over each other and open your chest. Try turning your head and looking up while you're stretching. Then we'll switch to the other side. Step your left foot back while opening your hip out to the side, tilt forward and place your right hand flat on the ground in front of your right foot while lifting your left foot. Open your hips and extend your left arm up to the sky. Our next star pattern is the constellation Orion. Orion is one of the most visible constellations. Because of its location, it can be seen throughout the whole world. It's named after a hunter from Greek mythology and can be spotted from its 3 stars in Orion's belt. To pretend to be Orion, we'll pretend to be a hunter. Come onto all fours and step your right foot forward, placing it to the outside of your right hand. Gently shift forward to a low lunge. Switch sides and repeat the steps. Try to remember to open up your chest and look forward. The constellation Canis Major is host to Sirius, the brightest star in the entire sky and one of Earth's closest neighboring stars. This ancient constellation is depicted as the larger of Orion's 2 hunting dogs, the other being Canis Minor. To pretend to be Canis Major, we're going to do downward facing dog. Step your feet back from all fours and push back into a upside down V shape with your buttocks in the air and pretend to be a dog. Our next constellation is Ursa Major, or Great Bear. Can you see the Big Dipper inside of her? This constellation can be seen in the northern hemisphere and part of the southern hemisphere. It was named Great Bear because many different groups of people around the world have thought that its stars look a lot like a bear with a long tail. To pretend to be the Great Bear, start in an all-fours position, lift your knees and straighten your legs, sending your buttocks up into the upside-down V shape. Gently lift one leg at a time, pretending to be the Great Bear. Our last star pattern is the Little Dipper and is a group of 7 stars that form the shape of a dipper or a cup with a long handle. The handle of the Little Dipper ends at Polaris, or the North Star. Polaris is the very brightest star in Ursa Minor. To pretend to be the Little Dipper, start on all fours and lean back so you're sitting on your feet. Stretch your arms out in front of you and bring your forehead to the ground. Use this time to take deep breaths and relax. Thanks so much for learning about stars with us this week. Now all there's left to do is fold your hands together and say namaste. See you next week.